Ask men. What are some non-sexual things you love about women that make you weak? F22, I was wondering what makes someone have a crush/like a woman. It can be the littlest, most simple things. No judgment here. Share with me when she genuinely laughs and smiles at what I said. When they notice they're being shy and then try to hide it, brushing their hair behind their ears. The lost-in-thought aloofness. A bubbly attitude. I guess I need to rephrase it to the correct term, tucking their hair behind their ears. True kindness without trying to draw attention to themselves. An ex-GF is really and truly a caring, selfless person. We are good friends and will never be more, but she will still bring me food when I'm sick or even not sick. She's a caterer. She often takes her leftovers to the homeless without posting it on social media. She will babysit or dog sit for me in a pinch. She has thoughtful gifts and cards for every occasion. If she hasn't heard from you in 4/5 weeks, she calls to check in and is very uplifting and positive. This isn't just for me, this is for everyone in her social circle. Male and female. She doesn't make a big deal about it or publicize her good deeds. I have never heard her gossip or betray anyone's confidence. If someone else is talking about her friend, she will get your back and in polite language rip them to shreds. I could hand her $25,000 in cash tomorrow, disappear for 5 years, and she would have every penny set to the side untouched when I returned. She happens to be very traditionally beautiful, but if she wasn't, she would still be the most beautiful human being I have ever known. This doesn't mean she's flawless, but she is very self-aware. I'm gonna be honest, this whole thread is super sweet and also depressing the hell out of me. There is this look. I don't know quite how to describe it. Like, she says something in jest and she has this look. Like a playful look in her eyes and a smile. You just see the humor in her. That is really something. But I melt easy at women who are genuinely nice. Like, really warm. You see that they care. Not that they have no confidence or can't stand up for themselves, but when I see that they really have warm feelings. A woman who shows her warm feelings, that is something that melts me. When the girl I am seeing begins to talk about the stuff she is really into. I realized I was really attracted to her when she went on for over an hour about parasites, which she was learning about at the time in college. Just having a passion or something a woman is really into and can talk about forever is really attractive to me. Intelligence, empathy and resolve. I love a woman who takes no shit and sticks up for herself with class. They are so soft and cute. Also, sometimes I just wish I had someone just so I could make their day better. But also, if we can talk for hours about some nerdy topic, you better believe I am gonna get a crush, being frank and honest. When I first started college, I was just exhausted at how cagey and insecure everyone was about the weird state of half-independence that young adults have. Everyone is secretive and judgmental about much financial help they're getting from the government, from the uni, from their parents, where they live, how much rent they pay, how much they work or how much they make, etc. Then I meet this girl and while we're chatting she's just blunt with, I share an apartment but my parents pay my rent. I almost sighed with how refreshing the honesty was. Everyone else seemed so scared of being judged for their privilege or lack thereof, or what any of this stuff says about their maturity or competence. In that one sentence she just kind of acknowledged that everyone's at different stages of life, no judgment, and that's how it is. When they nerd out about stuff without being embarrassed about it. Like when a woman has a hobby and has deep knowledge about it and they try to share it with you, it just turns me on. I was sitting next to this pretty, average-looking woman once and I wasn't particularly attracted to her, right until the moment someone mentioned they loved knitting and this woman just started talking so animatedly about a DNA scarf she was working on, and looking up stitch patterns from some website and different types of yarn, and she just turned into the hottest woman in the room, to me at least. It's kinda rare these days to come across someone who has a hobby that's not watching TV, some loafing around and then slapping an adventure sticker on a waste of time, so it's very attractive when I do. I love learning more about other people's hobbies because it's a unique window into seeing what their personality types are like and what motivates them, so seeing that in women drives me nuts, in a good way. When they excel in some competition or activity that I also do, or when they challenge me to do something in that same thing. For example, a story I have told in another sub, when I started lifting, a trainer, 25F, friendly mocked me for making squats just with 20 kilos. She went like, "Bo. Only 20? I thought you were stronger, 50 is where the big guys start." And I was like, "Watch me." She doesn't work there anymore, but now I can lift 70 kilos, not much, but it's good progress for me. I like women who inspire me to be better. When she's wearing an oversized hoodie or sweater and her hands not being long enough for the sleeves, shit gets me weak. Intelligence. When a woman is obviously more intelligent than I am. I love when a woman makes me feel dumb. No clue why. I'm not a genius or anything, but something about intelligence makes my legs give out. Edit. Plural woman was used. For me, a woman with a singing voice or can play an instrument makes my heart race. I don't know why, but I've always found it super attractive. I love how most of these comments have something to do with a girl's heart, personality, or passions, and not so much about the physical. As a woman, it's nice to see. I like holding hands even though I've only done it once. Confidence and competence. Also humor. The voice. A girl with a raspy voice can whip me up like a badass. The only example I can think of is Rashida Jones from Parks and Recreations. I was blessed with one good friend with such a beautiful voice. When they tease you a little. I like a girl who can thread the needle between abstinence and being a drunk. You know, a girl who can party and let loose on some weekend night, but not get drunk every night or walk around in a marijuana fog. It's weird how hard it can be to find someone like that. So many women are all or nothing. When she cuddles, but like really cuddles, like snuggles up under my arm like a doggo going for relentless cuddles. Ball cap with a ponytail out the back. 1. Cleanliness/organized. I went over to a girl's house and all her books and movies were organized alphabetically and there was a lot of them. 2. Reading. Watching a woman completely absorbed by a book instead of an iPad or a TV is amazing. A girl that can read a book from start to finish is a keeper. 3. Stupid knowledge. I saw a girl put a piece of bread in with a freshly baked batch of cookies she made for me and I laughed at it until she told me they'd still be soft a week later. She was right. Should have put a ring on that one. 4. Humor. There's nothing better than any friend/girlfriend that makes you couldn't stop laughing even if you tried. 5. Animals/children. If a woman lights up every time she sees a puppy or a baby, I'll melt every time. Any sort of excited noise. Trying to remain friends with my ex, and if I start focusing on the negatives I just think of her doing that. Makes me smile every time. Fuck, this is going to be tricky. Being goofy. Something about that playfulness makes me want to hug her and join in. Example, told an attractive coworker they had her favorite pizza in the cafeteria today and she looked at me, stuck her tongue out and started panting like a puppy and ran towards the cafeteria. She went from hot unapproachable girl to playful girl from next door. When she shows real interest in my interests. There's a difference between genuinely working to explore and maybe learn to enjoy something, and just tolerating that a partner is into something you're not. We joke about the fact that I decided to put a ring on my wife after our first nerd-type convention, but really there's a kernel of truth there. She could have sighed and been fine with me having a guy weekend. But instead she not only decided to try her first convention, she ended up keeping notes and pictures on her phone of some stuff I had said I was looking to buy so she could hunt with me, or even grab it when we were separated. I realized that weekend she loved me, like all of me, not just the bits and pieces that were necessary for a basic relationship. Speaking another language, her smile, her happiness, her kindness and tenderness towards others, humbleness and or a sense of humor. Sometimes just a smile is all it takes. Everyone makes such an issue regarding conversation. For good reason, don't get me wrong. I love when a woman can be silent with me. Doesn't need to hear herself talk, doesn't need my input, no phone or TV distracting her. Just relaxed, deliberate silence. Enjoying the very presence of another person. I've only had two that could do it. Bubbly and happy personalities, passion. If I see a woman doing something she loves well, it really gets me. Singing, dancing, science, flame baton twirling, I don't care, but a girl with aspirations? A gal with a good work ethic and goals and passions? She's someone I really want to talk to. Playing with my hair. I feel like a dog, but whatever. It feels good. The grins, smiles and laughs, passion. Caring deeply about something is cute. And when it's to the point of nerding out I find it admirable and attractive. I love speaking to anyone who is super invested in an interest of theirs, makes for a topic that can be lighthearted or deep in conversation. Definitely adds a completely non-sexual but very meaningful layer to any relationship. Being direct. If someone is like "I think you're great" or "we should get coffee" without any warning, I'm usually dumbstruck. Edit. Also when they're going and accomplishing stuff. Like, if they want to help more people, and then I see them helping someone. I'm just proud and lightly singing while doing something. Makes me so relaxed. If they're passionate about something, being quirky, and have a dark sense of humor, anyone can laugh at something funny, but if you laugh at something serious like I do, that is very attractive. The hair. We've been hanging out for a while, and if she has a ponytail, and suddenly she unites it and lets her hair down. The sexiest thing. It's like a magic trick, right in front of your eyes. Hair with a lot of volume that's parted in the side. I hope I'm not alone on this one. One of my first crushes was this girl who had this really amazingly unique smell. It reminded me of my uncle's house in Midland because it had the same exact scent. I can't quite describe what the smell was as I never found out what it is myself, but it just made me want to be around her more, and the more I was around her the more I started to like her. We never ended up together sadly, but I'll always remember the smell and it always makes me think of her. For anyone who's wondering what the smell was like, it's almost a spicy sweet scent that reminded me of the color red. It wasn't overly sweet, just barely sweet enough to register as sweet, but it was mostly like a spicy scent. I'd love to actually find out what it might be because I'd actually like to wear that scent myself, but no matter how many different colognes and perfumes I've tried, nothing has ever come close. I love it when my girlfriend shows me any of her pants that have pockets. I love facial expression. I think they are the cutest thing on a woman. Just a cheeky smile here, or a little exaggeration there, or a quick roll of the eyes to end a sarcastic comment really make me fall for a girl. Top it off with a big smile and a good sense of humor and I'm sold. When they like to engage in friendly banter and aren't overly sensitive. Here are some things that I as a teen guy, am 16, really like in girls. Hugging. I love hugging a lot. If she plays or has interest in video games. Kindness. Nobody likes someone who is mean. When she seems excited to talk to me, not when it seems like she has to or feels obligated to, but if she actually enjoys talking with me. Smiles. I really like some girls' smiles. When she's kinda nerdy like me, but not excessively. Short girls. I have literally no idea why, but I really like short girls. If she lets me pick her up and carry her / give her piggyback rides. I guess it makes me feel stronger than I really am. Plus I really enjoy it for some other reason but I'm not sure what it is. Intelligence to some degree. Not egotistical about it, either. I think that's all I've got for now. Probably a lot because I try to be a wholesome person. Edit. Learning how to make bulleted lists on Reddit. Smile. Eyes. Level-headedness. A beak of a nose, or slightly buck teeth. Seriously, I have mad respect for women who take up jobs in teaching, nursing, or non-profit organizations. It's no wonder that most of these fields are dominated by women due to their empathetic nature. Women are really beautiful that way. Mwah. Edit. Empathetic not emphatic. When a woman really knows herself. It goes beyond being an independent woman. There has to be chemistry for it to work, but when a girl just clicks with you so thoroughly it's like you couldn't stop flirting if you tried. Instead of getting nervous it just brings out the best in you and you are on your best game ever and she's giving it right back. My wife and I clicked like this and immediately became friends and a couple years later we got married. It wasn't just sexual, it was just the ability to make any conversation ripe with tension and lots of witty back and forth. My current crush looks upward first, then smiles, then closes her eyes and then she tilts her head forward when I make a certain kind of comment and it is the single fucking cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life and fills my heart with a certain kind of inexplicable joy. Less than 3, freshly showered, hair dried, no makeup, wearing only a white cotton t-shirt and blue jeans. Her talking about things she's passionate about. Dreams, goals, hobbies, interests, and the very things she lives for. The messy hair bun. It's so attractive, especially when there's hair hanging down. Casualness. That girl at work who knows she's got a 12-hour day ahead so she didn't bother with makeup, and she's just got a hoodie and whatever the fuck on? She's the one. Long, not so wavy, black/brown hair. It makes a woman at least 3 times hotter. I follow a girl I went to high school with on Snapchat. If she isn't the most genuine, friendly, human being in the world, it's crazy. I can't help but root for her. They say something and there is a glint to their eyes. Whether positive or negative, it makes me weak in the knees all the same. This is random, but I had a female coworker start a conversation with me and she very casually just partially sat/leaned on the edge of the desk at my cube. I think this ties into the confidence aspect that some have talked about. She wasn't afraid to occupy my space during the conversation and I just really dug it. Confidence. The thing that makes me like a woman is if she can match my excitement about things even if she doesn't like it. Awareness. Of money, of life in general. A quiet confidence where they know what they want but don't let the whole room know that. Also, a deep interest in books and an ability to hold conversations. I'd cry but whenever a girl shows talent in the arts it's just so sexy for me. Like if a girl has a good voice or is good at drawing, it's my weakness. Also messy buns. Messy buns on anyone are gorgeous. A woman's attitude about decorating or their ability to notice small details on everyday situations that I don't. It's always very cute when a woman comes to your home and does little things like decorating the house with pictures or art. As a guy I care more about things being functional, and as long as my big screen TV is set up with a nice soundbar, that's about my idea of decorating. Women tend to pay more attention to small minute details that really bring a home together. Things I never knew I needed but they get, and it's like how the hell did I live without it? When a woman enjoys doing something that's selfless. Could be their career as a doctor, or maybe they volunteer a lot, or it could just be that they like cooking for a group of friends. Evidence of a lack of self-orientation is super sexy and will make me trust you a lot more and a lot faster. Just when they take an interest/let me rant about my favorite subjects, or literally anything I find interesting. I fucking love that. I love it when I feed a woman and she likes it so much that she does this little wiggle. It's almost like a dance and they are all different. Many women do this. Usually with a smile on their faces. Short girls running is fucking adorable for some reason. That's all I got off the top of my head. I think it's extremely attractive when a girl compliments another girl just between us. Like if I'm sitting at a table with her, then another friend who is a girl stops by to say hi, then after she leaves the one I'm sitting with says something like wow she's really pretty, rather than silently judging or talking trash about her out of jealousy. It's a small thing but honestly those types of comments show me she's confident about herself but doesn't have a ridiculous amount of pride to not compliment another woman. Sure, I'm a straight dude but I'm more than willing to acknowledge that Hugh Jackman is definitely a 110th. Their laugh/giggle, her laugh, I love hearing it from a distance. It sounds corny but flirty winking. I was leaving a Burger King parking lot and slowed down for a woman to cross. As she walked by she gave us a flirty wink. My coworker who's been married for 40 years said, "Dang. I didn't expect to get flustered today." When they stand up for you. It feels good when your SO has your back. Like really has your back and is not scared to stand up for you. When she makes terrible puns. We created a drinking game of taking a drink anytime the other does something that makes you think yay, I love them. Found out a lot of the little things that we notice about each other. Deleted, braids, teasing me and generally being a playful spirit. I'd much rather be with a woman who smiles while calling me an idiot than one who earnestly says I like you. When I tell them I think they're cool or funny, sometimes they drop all defensive social shields and are 100% authentic and say really. In this amazing way. When she shows interest in what I like, I think posture is important. Makes them look confident even if they are not. Also, smart women, women who play video games, and the ones who are into all kinds of movies. This question is asked every fucking day. Sometimes my girlfriend will sorta run her hands through my hair and sorta pet me and I just fucking melt. It makes me so happy, when they hug you. If any of y'all know the love languages, mine is very much physical touch. For those that don't, it just means I feel the most loved when someone shows it by hugging me or rubbing my back or anything like that. Unfortunately most of my friends are girls and so I feel really awkward asking them for hugs and can get pretty starved for affection. So if any girl offers me a hug or better yet, just walks up to me and hugs me, I get pretty weak and have to make sure I remember to let go and don't seem creepy. That dang nose scrunch/smile thing. You know the one, when they're hot. But they're really intelligent or talented too. Pretty nerdy girls are my weakness. Less than 3 has to be authentic though, so don't try to act nerdy if you're not actually. A dark sarcastic humor or a love for science or just a genuinely nice human being. I love the way my wife says juice, dresses, giving great hugs, being kind, not necessarily nice, and liking fiction, Kinda dumb, but if they like anime or video games, or if they can listen about what my interests are without thinking I'm lame for liking those things, it helps me reciprocate the sentiment and want to know more about them in return. Ponytails, playfulness, a warm smile and deep eyes, their kindness, their laugh, their smile. The way they get engaged in things they're passionate about. When they feel and look embarrassed for getting so passionate about it. Listening to them talk about the most adorable nonsense when they're in that sort of half-awake, half-asleep phase. Seeing that sleepy happy look next to you when you wake up. Also a sense of humor. When she's faithful. Hands down, any woman that is loyal, there's something to be said. My ex got super excited and the happiest I'd seen her in a long time when she got out of the shower and had a single wisp of curly hair. She had curly hair as a kid and lost it as she got older. Seeing it again just made her so happy. She had been fighting depression for a while, and I was literally almost in tears when it happened. Their size. Small shoulders, little arms. Soft skin. Femininity is a beautiful, beautiful thing, when we can do things together, and we're both actually enjoying ourselves. I got out of a long-term relationship where we didn't have that much in common. Recently found a woman who has alarmingly similar interests as I do. It's a breath of fresh air knowing I can talk to her about things, and she is similarly versed in the topic. I can talk to her, and she can relate and opine about the subject. My ex, I wouldn't even bring that stuff up because not only did she not want to talk about that subject, she actively didn't enjoy whatever I was talking about, being a complete sweetheart. The little nose crinkles that sometimes come with a smile, those are the best smiles. A shoulder rub. Doesn't even have to be both shoulders, just work on this one knot for 3 minutes and I'm in love. Gentleness, understanding, self-awareness. Literally every time I've gone from this is a woman I hang out with, who may or may not be attracted to oh damn I'm attracted to this person has been when we were talking or I overheard them saying something that demonstrated that they could think about more than just what they were feeling in that moment, making a hair bun with rubber band in their mouth. If she has a cute voice. Better yet if she has an accent and broken English. Cooking, cleaning. Responsible behavior is a turn on. Voice. There's just something about a well-rounded voice that has natural inflections in everyday conversations. A girl I was dating and interested in marrying could not sing worth a damn and it turned me off. Her everyday voice was monotone as well and I decided I couldn't live with that for 40+ years. I'm a music educator. My wife has lots of inflection in her voice, has a wonderful singing voice, can improvise harmony in a melody on a dime, and sings our children to sleep with the softest most beautiful tone. It's pretty difficult to hide a chub when we're in church and her voice is floating around the melody while holding one of our kids. Gets me all riled up. Hottest non-sexual things a girl can do. A. If she can state where she wants to eat with neither hesitation nor delay. B. When you're both lying down and she rests her head on your chest, then looks up at you and it makes you feel like you're Superman for a second. In theory, at least, that would be hot AF. C. When she stays over and cleans the hair out of the bathtub drain pipe. D. When she's not ashamed of being herself in public. Like when she just eats pasta and can maintain a conversation and laugh or put a cooking pan on her head and walk around the store because she's too lazy to hold it in her hand. E. If she can love without fear. If she's on the same page with me about yeah, we might get hurt terribly, but it'll be worth it for the time we have together, that is sexy as hell. F. Not giving a shit what I think about her. I find it a huge turn on when a girl is unapologetically herself, especially if it's something that men often say they don't like: girls who dress too slutty, girls who dress too prudy, girls who get too feministy. I expect to be met by an equal, not someone who will change themselves for others. G. When she ties her hair in a bun, like arms raised, hair in knot. It just feels like she is going to do something badass, like she is gearing up to do something. H. Not calling her mom in times of stress and just handling it. Also on the list, knowing north, east, west or south is a direction, not a destination, doesn't panic when plans change, a genuine appreciation for the amount of risk, vulnerability, time, and potential rejection that a man must go through to be with her. And finally, listening to understand our side, not just to respond. When she whispers in my ear I'm not a feminist, short hair. Like, pixie cut short. Every time, I'd kiff this counts as non-sexual, but when she does a good job with something and you call her a good girl and she does the happy squeal. Lately I've had a thing for married women. Seems all the awesome women I meet are married. Very frustrating, but something in me wants to see how married they are. Deleted. Number 1. Be fun. Be good-natured, laugh, be friendly, don't be moody, be flirty when single, be loyal when attached, don't be a snob, don't be mean, be nurturing, be kind, be sweet, don't be gossipy, smile a lot, don't be a radical, man-hating feminist. Clap in those cheeks. I'd what it is about when she's intellectual, but holy cow, there is nothing more attractive than a smart woman. Septum piercings with nose rings. Snorts when laughing. Clean, elegant, but still get nasty. Short hairstyles, tomboyish hairstyles. And A+ if they wear glasses. Oof, yeah, laughing at my subtle joke, and brains. An intelligent girl is such a turn on, when she finally stops screaming. When she doesn't treat you like a piggy bank. She respects your time and decisions. She's playful and interactive. She's open-minded. She's not bossy or manipulative. She hugs you lots. Having things in common. Goes on bike rides with you instead of reading a book and insisting you go alone. Reads books, is a good cook. Is a good companion. Compassionate. Understanding. Helpful. Cheery. Bubbly. Teaches and converses debates instead of arguing, and insisting things be done her way. Works out, keeps fit. Knows when to say no. Loyal. Isn't overly materialistic. You know when they give you that look? That looky look of looking that makes you look on how they are looking of that look. Yeah, I just love it when they smile at my dumb jokes. Melts my heart. Eyes. Some are like deep jewel-like pools that are so expressive, they make me crumble. Their kindness, or at least the ones who are kind anyway. I didn't realize how much I value kindness and empathy in a girl until I spent time with one who had very little. She wasn't mean or anything. If anything, she was far too much like myself. I'm a nice guy and all, but I'm not what people would call warm and fuzzy or whatever. I certainly lack a level of empathy and kindness that I realize now I look for in a partner. When she's fluent in sarcasm and really loves fancy restaurants and traveling, but also pizza and Netflix. Not some great answers here, but really makes you wonder why the majority of women on dating apps are not presenting these great qualities. I like tongue-fucking her fart box. Wait, that might be sexual. The little glances and smiles she exchanges that stimulate you to your core with the feminine energy she exudes to the world. Not being attracted to me shows they have their shit together. Adding no stress or drama to my life and letting me do what I want when I want. Automatically makes a girl 10/10ths, ponytails in the act of putting her hair in one. Flowery summer dresses, short stature. And then looking up at me, I'm pretty tall, with those puppy eyes. Melts, a genuine laugh, cute shyness and confidence, speaking her mind without a filter. Intelligence. And talking with passion about something she clearly knows a lot and cares about. Creativity. There's nothing sexier to me than a woman sitting behind a paint canvas. Reading. There's something very sexy about a woman deep into a book. A cute little butt, a cute little nose, being kind to animals, being playful around children, when they rip huge farts, so hot. Girls who are bubbly and laugh a lot. I like it. Smiles, embarrassment, a lot more, but my brain lagging. Oversized sweaters.